firing.
Well, Bentley did drop 3 points to Oakley Cannons last week, 3-0, as we see the Aboriginal flag being unhurled as well to represent Indigenous rounds, which is always good. Really quickly as well, Altona dropped points as well to Heidelberg United 1-0. And then if you look at the last 3 matches, which we might do very, very shortly, we'll let them do Welcome to Country first before we continue this one. As we paid homage there to Welcome to Country and unfurled the Indigenous flag through Captain Troy Ruffin, who did that for Altona. As I was saying, Clem, before we did some pre-game proceedings out on the pitch. You look at Bentleigh's last 3 games: draw against Gully, win against Knights, win against Hume, loss and a loss. So you look at that at the moment, they're 2-2-1. What do you think of them tonight against a team like Altona, who are knocking on the door of the top 6 at the moment?
As I said before, it's obviously a big game for Bentleigh. Haven't played well in the last couple of weeks, and that was a bit of a shock for me. That 3-0 loss against Oakley last week. Got to bounce back. I think this is the best opportunity to do it. As you said, Altona will be full of confidence, and I'm excited to see, I suppose they're veterans, they're big guns. Webster, obviously, at the back, someone I'm a massive favourite of, and probably had the chance to go A-League in the past. And there's Tyson Holmes as well, who I've had plenty of dealings with. I'm pretty excited to see him. So, I think Bentley will get the job done tonight. I think they've got enough firepower, the big Japanese man. And for me, I think 2-0 Bentley.
You got Matt Thurtell as well, who's leading at the moment, goals-wise, 11 goals from 17 matches. You look at Altona's current run, the last 5, lost to Hume, win to Thunder, lost to Oakley, win to Kingston City, and then the 1-0 loss to Heidelberg. So they've won 2, lost 3, and good chance for them as well. Oakley, as we spoke to Peter Filopoulos, who's here tonight as well, he mentioned that Oakley are on an 8-match winning streak at the moment, so it'll be good for Altona to maybe put a bit of pressure on Oakley as they play tomorrow night against Dandy City.
Yeah, 100%. And as you mentioned before, Thurtell, 11 goals from 17 matches, and a real good chance of putting a 12th here tonight. So, and on the other end, Hemman with 6 goals from 9 matches, and their skipper with 6 goals as well. So Altona, they've got a lot of quality themselves. I think Bentley will be too good.
We're about to kick off. We'll get into a few of the matches that are happening over the course of match week 21 very, very shortly. The kickstart match week 21, and we're at the business end of the season too, Clem. Only 5 more weeks of the regular season before we kick in the finals in late August, early September, as Bentley Greens will kick it off and lob it in long, the opposite flank. Good chance, though, tonight for Bentley to get a win here, as you said. If they do get a win, he'll set up a very interesting clash next week against their rivals in Heidelberg, as we see Altona going forward, pressing early in this one. Sammy Noah trying to find Mitchison there and couldn't do so. And early going there through Altona Magic, through their pacey midfielder in Sammy Noah.
Yeah, it's a early opportunity there, and they just got to sort of relax a little bit. I was talking them up before the game, but I still think they'll get the job done. But bit of a scare there early on.
As I said, look at Bentley. They're playing here next Friday against Heidelberg, and it'll set up a very intriguing game for them.
And it's also good to see the big CEO in the house, Peter Filopoulos. Had a good chat with him before the game, and it's good to see him tonight.
He loves going to the grassroots games, and he's done fantastic stuff over the course of social media over the last couple of months as well. As we see Bentley about to throw the ball back in. Bentley losing their last 2 games, as we said, Clem. They need to strike while the iron's hot and try and retain their spot within the 4 and try and hopefully knock on a door of a top 2 spot. So a good save there through Altona, and that's coming through Milanovic. Been played through the midfield earlier on this one. Altona only with the shorter style shot early on this one. It looks like it might be a midfield battle between both sides tonight.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. We had that one opportunity a couple of minutes ago, but yeah, at the moment, looks like Bentley have settled quite quickly after that. So I look forward to a quite tight hustle, as they say.
It'll be interesting as well to look at the coach's box tonight as well. You've got John Gabrielson taking over from John Anastasiadis, who took on the Western United role full-time as a development coach. Good chance there again from, again, that's Sammy Noah yet again for Altona. You look on the other side, you've got Goran Lozanovsky, who last season, Clem, helped this team get promoted from the NPL 2 West, and not a bad first season in the NPL Victoria competition, the top-tier competition, mid-table at the moment, and knocking on the door potentially their first final appearance in a very long time in the top tier.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty amazing story if they do manage to do it. And I mean, you almost find yourself almost supporting them in a way. And I know certainly you are, as on the way here in the car, you are certainly talking up Loza, and I know you have a good relationship with him, so it'd be good to see. We're good to see that happen, I reckon.
Mitchelson, another chance here for Altona. It looks like it's all attacking at the moment for Altona. Great block through Zidius there from Bentleigh, but it's going to be an Altona magic corner early on this one as we tick over now to the 4th minute of this one. Still 0-0 on this one. 2 early shots from Sammy Noah, former Bulleen line midfielder.
And I must say, Altona have started off much better than I expected.
Early corner kick. Not a bad little cross in. Might find the header though. Not a bad looking shot. Nakamura unfortunately couldn't get it out of there, but a great save from, even though he's still young, he's a veteran keeper though for Bentley. He's been the #1 keeper for a few years now in Ryan Scott. He's trying to find his mate Nakamura, who got blocked off, and again, great pressure applied through by Altona. And Bentley at the moment are on the ropes in the first 4 minutes here, Clem, and it's not the start they want.
No, definitely not. Altona looking very dangerous at the moment, and as you said, continuing what could be a great story. So Bentley haven't played well in the last couple of weeks. Need to actually really pick up their feet here, but still early days.
As I said, Loz's 3rd season in charge of Altona took him from State League 1 to the NPL 2 West last year, now to the top tier competition. Good long ball in. Chance here now for Altona. Can they get an early strike? They can't, and great stuff there from Ryan Scott. Got up in the nick of time and saved that one. Went to ground, and Altona almost got the first goal, and that would have silenced the fans here at Kingston Heath.
Yeah, and I originally thought Noah was going to get on the end of that. And Ryan Scott went down. No, he wasn't there to keep it out, but got up on his feet soon enough.
Mitchelson again. He's played really well already, and that's the one thing that they're going to have to try and keep up with is the pacey players in Mitchelson, in Nua for Altona. Other players too that might call the threat as well. We've spoken about too is Ruthven, the captain, who scored 6 goals so far for the season. But a good thing though about Altona is, unlike Bentley, who's got Matt Thurtell as their leading goal scorer, they've got a few players who can easily contribute on the score sheets.
Yeah, 100%. As you said, your mate Jolla and McShane's up there as well. They've got quality all over the park, as they've shown this season. Shocked everyone. So, and again, they've had three or four opportunities early on, and Ryan Scott there, fortunate to get away with one. So, looking very good for Altona at the moment.
Here is Nakamura. You love Nakamura, Clem. He's one of your favourites. He's trying to find a play in space, and Nidius, he does. Bit too high on the ball there for Thurtell. And our Magic can get our way, and they can.
Any Japanese player is I'm a fan of, Tomo, you know that.
I do indeed. It's been good this season, Nakamura for the Greens. And Altona just going to play more defensive. It's a very cold night here in Bentleigh, and the only Friday night game in the top tier football, the other game that's happening at the moment is Richmond versus Nunawading. And that, funny enough, that's first second in the NPL 2 East over there, and they're playing at Kevin Bartlett Reserve at the moment. So we'll give you the score update on that one as well. And those two teams are going to hopefully vie to get into top flight footing next season. Another chance here, and that was Nua on the back end of that one. Great defending there from the Bentley Greens. And again, they can slowly get out of dodge. But it's going to be a corner to Altona.
He's looked very dangerous early on, Newell. He's had a few opportunities already. I reckon he'd be a good case to score tonight, as you said before. A lot of quality on the field.
And again, second quarter for the Magic in this half. We've played 7 minutes of it. And early on, Magic look like they're about to go in again. And Bentley is going to have to try and defend, keep a wall up at least. Altona going to struggle here because it's a sea of green. They can get out of here shortly now with Nakamura, and Clem's very, very happy with that. And this is a good chance now. Great stuff there from Udius. Passes over now to Mika. Mika trying to get through the last defender, who's the captain, Troy Ruffman, and couldn't do so. However, Bentley Greens, they've won themselves a corner, their first corner of the half.
Yeah, and as you said, that was a beautiful pass there from Holmes. That really just split the whole game open there. And then on the other end, good charge down to put it out for a corner. As we see, it looks like is that Webster going to take the corner here? Or was it Alexander, I think? Alexander.
Yeah, it's Jacob Alexander. He's going to take this set-piece corner. Not a bad little curl there. And a great defence there from Vidakingas, the keeper for Altona. And the Greens have won themselves another corner. And they'll take this one through Mitrovic. Was another bad curl there from Alexander. Good long ball in. Great stuff there from Vidakingas. Goes back to the Greens. Chance here! And almost the first goal there. And it was through Tyson Holmes. And Bentley have won themselves another corner. So the first 5 minutes of the contest, it's been all Altona Magic. In the last 90 seconds, it's been Greens here, Clem.
Unbelievable. As you said, first couple of minutes looked like Altona were going to sneak something. All of a sudden, the tides turn. And still early days, as we said, but what an absolute peach of a strike by Holmes. Deserved the goal. But in the end, it was straight at the keeper, but it was a nice on-the-volley hit.
Great volley from long range. Alexander brings the ball back in. Not a bad curl from Jacob Alexander. And not sure if he's intended target tonight is to curl them in, see if it goes into the back of the net, similar to what we're seeing in the FIFA Women's World Cup with a few of them. But again, Bentley have won themselves another corner.
And that hit the post as well, Tomo.
Vidakingas had to be a little bit creative there to save the ball. Looked like it was going to go in the back of the net. See Alexander, yet again. And Nakamura a little bit too high on the header. And over the crossbar it goes. Still 0-0 after 8 minutes here at Kingston Heath.
Yeah, Tomo, it's already shaping up as we were talking this game up on the way here and before the game even started. It's already shaping up to be what we expected. And both teams, you just don't know who's going to score. Altona, so much quality all over the park, but all of a sudden the tides turn. And I'm kind of looking forward to this back and forth, to be honest.
Well, funny enough that both teams didn't score last week, so if you look at it, it's been over a game now since both Altona and Bentley have scored in their respective clashes. A quick free kick there, Ruffton goes down, and it will be a free kick to the Magic. Referee tried to see if there was an advantage, couldn't do so. And not a bad choice there from Troy Ruffman. Got the gloves on. Not the fingerless gloves that I don't mind wearing from time to time, Clemo, but very close and looked like it was going to be a free kick there to the Magic, but the linesman from opposite from where we are, Clem, said it looked like it was an offside position, so he waved it off. And I think that was a great decision too. So now it's a chance here for Bentley through Udius. And they're going to try and go back here, and they go to Tyson Holmes. As said, about a minute and a half ago, Clem had a peach of a strike to Thurtell. Back over to Holmes. And you can see Bentley, they're going to reset from the back. And they're going to bring a long ball in, a bit too high for Udius. And the Magic win themselves a throw in and possession going back to the away side.
Yeah, and we saw Bentley there. They had something going there, and as you said, went straight to the back to start that attack. And again, just need to be a little bit cleaner as that ball, was just a little bit too far for him.
Bentley on the counter attack for the short time. They might re-counter here, and they are. And it's going to be a free kick. Referee says no. Advantage played on here through Mitrovic. Mitrovic can't get through Ruffin, and Ruffin again showing his finesse, his experience, and over to Seminua, and they're away now. They are away. Altona, can they get there through Mitchinson, who's in the box, and he had the first strike, can't. Great save there from Ryan Scott. Good news for the Magic. They've won themselves another corner and another chance to go inside the box again for a scoring opportunity.
Great save there by Scott, and again, there was Noor and Mitchinson combining very well there and forced to save. So, well, like, you just don't know who's going to score, but, geez, it's looking very entertaining at the moment, isn't it?
Not a bad first 13 minutes of the contest. It's been all attacking for both sides. And both sides have played the park to a T. Magic going to go with a shorter ball here to Mitrovic. And big creative there from Mitrovic. There'll be a goal kick to Bentley. And still 0-0, but another chance for Altona gone.
It did look like, I think, Milanovic got the final touch there, but there was a good volley, but went just wide there. And, yeah, it's you just don't know what's going to happen here, but it's been good.
Yeah, it was Milanovic, my mistake. Got the 23s mixed up, my apologies there. Chance here now for the Greens through Thurtell. And Bentley, again with the counter-attack. Looking a little bit more clean now with the ball use here, Clem.
Yeah, spot on. As we saw before, if it's not mounting anything, they're happy to go back to the back, and just be patient about it, as we've seen.
There's Thurtell. Good lob ball over there. Passing over to, I think that was Yankovic. Ball staying in Bentley's corner. That was Webster. They're going to try and lob this ball in now. Nakamura on the back end of that one. Fortunately for me, he couldn't on that one. And Vitikingas again for the Magic, saving that one. And still 0-0. 14 minutes gone. We'll see what Altona can do from the back as they begin their plan of attack. This is Milanovic, who's been very, very good in the last couple of minutes for the Magic. It's over now to Sammy Noor. And Noor can run. He loves to have a bit of a run. Cut off there beautifully there from the Greens. And they're away again. Thurtell's on his own. He just needs to juggle it. Last chance effort, and great save there from Vitikingas. But a good chance for Matt Thurtell to get on the score sheet. Couldn't do so. And the outstretched arms of Vitikingas saves the Magic again, and they're on the counter-attack, Clem.
Yeah, and you just saw that was a counter-attack in itself. Noor the ball was just a little bit too far for his man. You just see Bentley turn it over straight to the striker, and what a save again by the keeper. Man, he was the last line of defence, and he dealt with the situation perfectly.
And you look at Matt Thurtell, he almost had a one-on-one time with the keeper there. Just unfortunately couldn't get the last touch that he wanted. Had to juggle for the ball, had to work hard for that ball there, and again, the Magic find a way, which is always good.
Going for his 12th goal, obviously we were talking about before.
See Altona scored themselves a free kick. I believe the free kick is either Ruffin or I think Boahini. It's Noah. Sammy Noah, I think Boahini is a bit further out, but it's Ruffin to take the free. And a free kick, and it's going to go to the way of the Bentley Greens.
Almost landed to Milanovic there, but it wouldn't have mattered as a free kick to Bentley as they look to restart here. And as we've said before, look very composed when they go forward, Bentley.
So we hit the 16th minute, still 0-0 here at Kingston Heath. Chance here now for Bentley, and this is through Mitrovic. Mitrovic almost got himself here. Try to find the back end of Mika. Couldn't do so.
Good defending there by Ruthven. And I was going to say before, I'm not sure what the go is with the short sleeve glove looks. I never understood it, but can't really slag him off because what a great cutout there.
And we see fireworks early with just loads and loads of attacking from both sides, and we look at the possession. The possession for attacking is going to be pretty high for both sides here, Clem.
It's almost like a game of FIFA, Tomo.
Almost like a game of FIFA. Not the world-class type either.
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not. I reckon it's on... no, we'll put on legendary, I reckon.
Here is Mika. Good bouncing there. He's got to get through Ruffin. Ruffin blocks it. Ruffin saves it in. Finds Nakamura. He passes off. And back now. Over to Mika. He's got a bit more space. Wasn't the intended cross he was hoping for. Ball stays with Ruffin. He's going to try and get it out of here. He does through Nua. And it's over now to Borahini. Taken out of there really quickly was McShane. And a good pass back from Marko Jankovic. And Bentley can reset again. So Bentley losing 3-0 to Oakley last week, which was a bit of a shock. Oakley on an 8-game winning streak. They've got Dandy City tomorrow as part of our Super Saturday.
Just watching Thurtell closely, you can just see how dangerous he can be waiting for that clinical pass. I mean, he's very wary about staying on side, and that's what we want to see, and that's probably why he scored 11 goals this year.
Bit of a battle here in the midfield. Yidius is there, Nakamura's there but if you look at Mitchelson and Hassan Jola as well, battling out, and it's like Jola's going to was trying to block that one. It's over now to Stachevsky got it out. So does Altona for the short time. Over to Nakamura. Nakamura now over, and not a clean looking one there. Mika had it. Thought he was touched then. They're away now. Altona through Nua. Nua had a bit of the jumper tugged on him. He did. Mitchinson. Again, the 1-2 combination combining. And Hassan Jola couldn't get the last touch he wanted. However, I think Altona have won themselves another corner. So it was last touch there by the Greens, but good stuff there from Noah over to Mitchinson, and then the Hassan Jola there, Clem.
Noah, yeah, he started that whole attack, and it all started just here before the centre line. And how unbelievable was that, just to get past his man? And really, I thought Mitchinson could have done better there, but we play on.
It'll be Gasparis for Altona to take the corner. And you feel that there's going to be a goal in one way or another. Good defending there from Bentley, though. They can just watch that ball roll out, and they're going to do so, and they'll get the possession back through the throw-in.
Was that a corner going for the ref?
It did a little bit.
Jeez. It's a big pet peeve of mine in football when it just goes straight to referee.
Bentley did really well there as well to defend it as well as they did too. And they're on the counter-attack for the short time. And that was Alexander who tried to get through, couldn't do so. And Altona can mop up again with a long ball. Mitrovic did not have last touch to that one. Referee says yes, he did. And it's going to be a throw in to Altona.
Yeah, love it. Love your work, Tomo. And Altona building. It's just so back and forth. I'm absolutely loving it at the moment. And there's chances, and Noah's looking very dangerous for Altona. So, as we said before, I reckon he could get on the score sheet here.
It's a bit of end-to-end stuff from both sides. The defending's been a little bit crisp from both sides as well as the attacking. Haven't seen much midfield battle in this game. As I said, Clem, it's been mainly end-to-end stuff, which has always been a favourite of mine. I love it when it's more end-to-end stuff than battling through the midfield. And again, we might see what Bentley can do here through Mika. He's going to pass that ball now over to Mitrovic. What's Mitrovic going to do? He's going to cross this one, and it's corner. Vidikangas couldn't keep it in. Tried to juggle for it, and it's given away another corner.
Fumbled it out in the end. Yeah. But as we restart again here, Thurtell electing not to stay in the box.
Bentley, their chance. Good defending again for Altona. Great kick out there from Sajorski. And Yidius can just pass back over to Webster. And now it's Bentley resetting stuff. strategizing their next plan of attack. They've just been a bit more patient, which is always good. Trying to find a bit of space as passing back to each other. So a bit of pedestrian stuff here from the Greens to say, I like to go back here, Clem.
Yeah, and as we said before, it's they're very patient with their build-ups and looking to utilise the right, as we're seeing now. But again, that's just a little bit too far for him. It's just, they got to be a bit cleaner than that, Tomo.
And there's one thing I know a lot of veterans, you got Webster and you got Tyson Holmes, they're looking for players like Idius.
It was Webster with that ball in as now the chance here for Bentley again, and it's cut out.
It was cut out, and it was stopped there by Mitrovic. It was Almazi who stopped Mitrovic there, and a bit too much on there for Sammy Noor. And Ryan Scott to save that one. But I don't mind the whole pedestrian passing from Bentley. Just get as much steam as possible for their next plan of attack.
There's a lot of trust instilled in their skipper in Webster as well. Just restarting play from the back has been really good. Sometimes the passes just go a little bit wayward. And again, here was just a little bit too far for Nakamura, but not to worry. They've won a throw-in out of it.
Good block there from Milanovic. It'll be Idius. So we're halfway through this first half. It's still 0-0. But if you've just joined us and you missed the first 20 minutes of this game, you wouldn't think it's still 0-0 after the amount of attacking opportunities that both sides have had in this game so far. Third towel to Holmes. Got to be very, very careful because McShane was all by himself. I think he was waiting for that. Altona now reversing. And it's a bit of a foot race between Hassan Jola and Alexander. Luckily for the men in green, they won that foot race and they won themselves. Position back with the goal kick through Ryan Scott. But it's smart though from Loz's men to put McShane and leave McShane back there, especially with the last of the defenders for Bentley.
Yeah, and again, we just see Bentley as an attack here.
Tyson Holmes over to Nakamura, back over to Holmes. That was beautiful position passing. Quick 1-2. Holmes lob over the top, the third towel. But Vidakangas was there in the end. Third towel, though, was in a very good spot there to try and tap it in. Good 1-2 there from Nakamura and Holmes. We'll see what Magic can do. And Yidius can stop the momentum for the short time. Altona win themselves a throw-in. Great stuff from Jason Yidius.
Fans in full voice here at the moment. Tomo was, frustrated fans here wanting Bentley to shoot a little bit earlier, and third towel there just couldn't get the ball in there. As again, I was going to say before, we haven't paid enough credit to both keepers. They've been wonderful so far.
Bulldogs going to come back here. Linesman says no, third towel. You didn't keep possession of the ball there, and it's going to go back to the hands of the Magic. It's going to go back to Sajojski, who found McShane. Bentley. Good block there from Mitchinson. So we hit 26 minutes. McShane goes down. Magic asking for a free kick, thinking he was pulled down. Referee said there was nothing in it. Fair play. You got to think too, Clem, that it's still full throttle from both sides here. There's no steam that hasn't been taken out of both sides either in this one.
Yeah, you're spot on, and high tackle there, and yeah, as you said, both teams are really going for it. Petrol tickets being spent, but at the moment they look very, very, very on the ball. So I think just Bentley, they're very good at playing it out from the back, but when they get that final long ball, just hasn't been able to find that man on the right. So this is something I think they need to just get a bit cleaner at.
As the ball stays in midfield, who's going to win it first? It looks like Bentley's going to win possession, and they're going to keep it. And it's Nakamura on the flank. He goes down. Referee says that's a free kick. And referee says that's the first card of the game. And it's going to Sam Mitchelson of the Altona Magic. And now for the Greens, Clem. It's a good chance for them to score here from the set piece.
Yeah, it's a professional foul there on Nakamura. Is booking every day of the week there on Mitchinson's. But yeah, as you said, chance here, and I wonder if any of those big defenders can get on the end of this. You've got a few boys up there as well. You've got looks like Mika's gone up there. I wonder if he can get on the end of it. And Thurtell, obviously, fans wanting something out of this desperately.
Be Alexander to take the free kick. Looks like the Greens are going to try and aim for a header. Not a bad time to score either in the 28th minutes. If they can. Alexander, long ball in, good header, 1, header 2, and unfortunately for Nakamura, he couldn't get on the third time header. That was great stuff there from Thurtell. Tried to find Nakamura, but Vidic Kangas read the header beautifully. He knew that Nakamura was the last man standing there and won the contest.
Yeah, needed to have the safe hands there, and he's been very good so far tonight.
Ball with Bentley, a bit too much.
Legs up.
Thanks for that, Clem.
Yeah, and as I was saying before, what are you laughing at?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was we haven't paid enough credit to, I suppose, to Vidic Kangas. He's been very good so far, and we saw an earlier spill before and Thurtell was in, so they're going to have to come up with something special to beat him.
We're at the 29th minutes. Still 0-0 if you've just joined us. Michael Thompson, Clever Tito tonight with you. Start match week 21 of 4 matches in Super Saturday, which we'll discuss at halftime. And then you got the Melbourne Derby on Sunday. It's a free kick to Altona. And then we finish match week 21, Clem, with a match at the Grange, which we were at on Monday between Kingston and Pascoe Vale. And it's not going to get any easier for Kingston after they lost 2-0 there to Paco because they got Heidelberg to entertain.
Yeah, it's Heidelberg on a Monday night, I believe. Yeah, traditional on their favourite Monday night fixture. And, as you said, it doesn't get any easier. And the Burgers are looking very red hot as they have all season. Real opportunity for them to really just build their confidence back up and give them a hammering. And perhaps another opportunity for Kingston. They probably know they're out, so play with a little bit more freedom as well.
I know George Tsakis and the man for Heidelberg will be watching this game with full intent, knowing that they've got to travel here 4 days after taking on Kingston next Friday night. So Kingston need to take on the Greens. As we see the Greens trying to get themselves out of trouble. Good push off there through Mika. They're slowly away, and they are. And they've done very, very well. And it's Mitrovic passing over, and it could be a free kick here to Bentley. No, says the referee. Good choice, good decision there, Clem.
Excellent decision to let that play go. That was a fair tackle there by Milanovic. Excellent tackle. And he's a big boy. Just got all eyes on the ball and just absolutely got that tackle in there. So great decision to say Play-Onski.
Made a meal of Jacob Alexander in that clean tackle. Bentley thought otherwise. They want themselves a throw in through Alexander. Long ball. Finding the head. Chance here now for Mika. Couldn't do so. Milanovic has gone down, went down the box temporarily. He's gone back up, but he's hobbling a little bit. Hopefully it's not too much of an issue for him. He's been solid for the Magic down back in the first 30 minutes of this game. Bentley under a little bit more pressure. A bit more freedom here. It looks like it's going to be Sajorski versus Nakamura. Nakamura's going to lose that battle, but Bentley are going to win the ball back through Holmes. He'll pass to Nakamura. Open out of Mika. Mika's got a bit more space to play with. Couldn't get through the wall of Magic. And Sajorski again could try and get it out. Couldn't do so. And we also had there for Almazi too. And Almazi. So Altona putting an extra man back down there. And Bentley look like they're intent to scoring. A couple of opportunities gone begging for them again.
And it's been good in the last couple of minutes, Stojchevski, and you saw there a little bit of a personal battle between him and Nakamura, and again there just had to clean up and just do the work, and he did it quite well.
Holmes with the header. Good balance there from Mitrovic over to Mika. Ball over to Ilic. They're going to reset again through Webster. And this is Jankovic, Marko Jankovic. Been a little bit quiet tonight is Marko Jankovic. Over to Mitrovic, Thurtell in the space here. And Thurtell will get the first goal for Bentleigh. And that is exactly what they wanted there, Clementino. Great stuff there for Mitrovic, found Thurtell. And Thurtell had a bit more space this time to play around with. And Bentleigh get the first goal this one.
What a wonderful goal there by Thurtell. Gets his 12th of the season, Tomo. As we saw there, he's so dangerous and he's been lurking around the whole game. Didn't need another opportunity there. And Avidakangas picking the ball out of the back of the net. Unlucky for him because he's had a great night so far. But Thurtell, you know, he's had a few opportunities and he's just he's picked the best time to take it.
And Bentley now can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that in a very attacking heavy kind of game that we're seeing here at Kingston Heath, they're the first team to draw on the score sheet, and it's 1-0 Bentley against the Magic in the 33rd minute, courtesy of a great strike from inside the box there for Matty Thurtell. As you said, Clem, he's now reached the dozen mark, 12 goals for the season for Matt Thurtell. And suddenly Goran Lozanovsky's men are going to have a bit of a battle on their hands to try and peg one back, especially with the style tempo play we've seen in this one.
It's, I reckon it'd be, depending on how they are mentally at the moment, it could... Oh, a big opportunity there. As I was saying, it could very well knock the stuffing out of Lozanovsky's men in terms of their confidence, but you just don't know.
Bentley asking for a free kick, and you hear the vocals now, the Green supporters here, Clem. They're a bit more in voice after the most interesting 33 minutes that we were subjected to before the Thurtell goal. And Ruffin, you can hear Ruffin, he's now yelling these players. He's also yelling at the referee too for a decision that should have gone their way. Ruffin's got to be very careful here. He's been warned. And the last thing you need, Clem, is your Magic skipper to get a yellow card for back-chatting the referee.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Tomo. They've already got a yellow card through Mitchinson. They just need to settle down. Tempers are frayed at the moment after conceding that goal. But they just need to keep it together. They can still get a goal, and they've shown it in the first couple of minutes. Just need to put it in the back of the net.
Ball going back to Bentleigh. Can they keep possession of that? They can through Mitrovic. It was the catalyst to the Thurtell goal. And they're going to crossfield this ball, and they're going to bring it back. I thought they were going to bring it back over to broadcast side here, Clem, but again, Webster playing tricks and passing over to Jankovic and finds Mitrovic. And again, just a bit of pedestrian work here from the Greens. Taking their time, which they love to do a little bit. Try and find a player in space. Try to find Yidius, who's following Mitchinson in that one. Altona won the throw in.
Albeit they're 1-0 up, but I reckon Jimmy Tierras will be very frustrated with the service he's getting on the right. It's just come in way too long for him on so many occasions tonight, Tomo.
McShane picking up free kick. So it'll be Sajeski. And hopefully for Altona fans, Sajeski can find someone in red and black. Does so, long ball in, but Ryan Scott saving that one. And Bentley win possession back. So we tick over now to 36 minutes, and it's still 1-0. If you're Loz's men now, Clem, you've got 9 minutes plus, say, 2-3 minutes of added time in this first half. What do you do to try and combat an equaliser before half-time? Because Bentley are looking like this is going to take their time with how they play possession ball here.
You've noticed in the last couple of minutes they've been pretty frustrated, Altona. That's the thing I'd be a little bit worried about. They just got into their heads a little bit. That was a foul, and it was rough. It looked like Ruthven. Oh, no, it was Stoichevsky that gave it away, and he's got a booking here. As we see, for me, that wasn't that bad of a tackle. They had to do it. At the end of the day, it's a professional foul, it's a yellow. But what I'm thinking is that They just need to regain that confidence. Probably just calm down a little bit. You've got half-time coming up. If you can't get a goal before then, don't concede. Just regroup from at half-time.
And that's Altona's second booking of this half. And it will be Jacob Alexander to take the free kick again. And you're right, Clem. I think what Altona needs to do now is calm down a little bit. They've still got 8 minutes of this first half to go, plus, as we said, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of added time, depending on the amount of stoppages. And the third tail goal will definitely help with the stoppages. But we are with Jacob Alexander, and we're going to see exactly what he can do from this free kick. Crosses the ball in. Getting on long ways, and this time Vidakangas on the back end of that ball. He's done a lot of curving tonight when it comes to corners, when it comes to free kicks. Jacob Alexander. Fortunately for him, I think the wind has not been his friend tonight because it's a bit windy. I think it's blowing towards Bentleigh side, which is the right-hand side of Kingston Heath. So I think that's where the trees are swaying more so than Altona. So Altona don't really have the wind with them in this first half. They might have that advantage depending if the wind stays or if it moves direction when they come out of the sheds here, Clem.
Yeah, as he said before, those corners, a couple of those have been curling in and almost resulted in a goal there for Bentley earlier in the game from Alexander. But, as he said before, it's a very windy night. Planes flying over the stadium as well, so they just got to work against it, I suppose.
Jola chancing now for Altona! And a great goal there from Gasparis. And Gasparis equalised for Altona. So it's 1-1, and suddenly Clem, advantage Altona.
And there's a lot of Bentley fans. It's 98% Bentley here. There's 2% Altona, and the one fan that's absolutely giving it to the Bentley fans here. And what a goal there by Gasparis. You know, we question whether they'd be able to get one before half time, and
magic goal, apparently.
Magic goal, says the Altona fan here in the crowd, and Bentley fans giving a bit of a grease off. So it's wonderful scenes here.
We've seen nothing but scenes in this first half, Clem. It gives me a bit of a chuckle.
My favourite word.
Your favourite word. It's almost like a silent word. It's like a safe word, as they say. Now Altona equalise through Gasparis, and it's 1-1.
Has certainly gone against the flow as well.
So I think we're tangled. I think it's 50-50 possession-wise at the moment between both sides. As Sujeski does a beautiful job here. Stops Nakamura over the rough end. Try to find Nua. Can't do so. Ball going back to Nakamura. He'll pass over to Yidius. Yidius got a bit more space now and trying to find third towel. And again, Clem, as I said, with the weather, the wind playing a bit of havoc there on the Yidius cross.
Weatherman Tomo all over it again. You're spot on, as we saw there. And it's finally a ball they've gotten to him and almost paying dividends. But it's all set up for a wonderful second half if it stays 1-1. But don't count that out.
As I said at the start of coverage, Altona looking to get a win here tonight away from home, give Bentley their third loss in a row, which will hurt Bentley's chances of a top 4 finish because they got a very tough draw in the last 5 weeks to Bentley. We'll get that up over the course of the evening too. But if Altona can win this one, then Oakley's game tomorrow night against Danny C is going to be compelling viewing, that's for sure. Because Oakley, as we said, won 8 in a row. They might win 9 in a row to put a bit more pressure back on Altona. But potentially, Clem, Altona could be in the 6 at the conclusion of match week 21.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Who would have seen that at the start of the season, even at the start of this game? Oh, well, after Thurtell scored his 12th goal before. Who would have thought that? But still a job to do here, and still 4 minutes left in this half.
Possession staying with Tyson Holmes. A good long ball right in front of us through Yidius. He's going to find Nakamura. He finds Nakamura into a bit of space there. And can he get through the last of the defenders there? He can. Oh! And Thurtell with a brace. And it's 2-1 here at Bentley.
on a silver platter for Thurtell. That was O'Urius and Nakamura. What a combination there. And that was Nakamura. A couple of little bit of a sneaky, sending the defender inside out. Bang. Straight on a platter for Thurtell. What a goal. 13th of the season, Tomo.
And it's his brace as well for the game. And surely Thurtell will be screaming for a hat-trick in the latter part of this game. But it's 2-1 here between Bentleigh and Altona. And again, it's gone the advantage of the Greens.
Yeah, and as I said before, you don't count out another goal. A couple of minutes ago, I thought it could potentially go into half-time, and we're talking about Altona finishing 6th. Now they've got another uphill task to get back into the game.
Bentleigh 2, Altona 1. Handball being called.
You missed the opportunity to say 13! 13!
13.
13!
A great guy, and Anthony Hudson would say that, that's for sure. And he did say that a few years ago for another sport that's been happening. We'll have a chat very shortly as well about the other game that's happening at the moment, and it's going to be compelling watching over at Cameron Bartlett Reserve between Richmond and Nunawading 1v2. Nunawading having one hell of a season after being a laughing stock of the NPL 2 East competition for so long, Clem. It's good to see them in a very, very good spot and pressing and pushing for promotion.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a feel-good one there as well, and you can almost draw a little bit of similarities between how Altona's doing and, imagine if they get up and do well in the top tier as well. It'll be amazing to see, and I sure hope that happens.
Bentleigh 2, Altona 1, if you've just joined us. Thurtell with his brace. Gasparis scoring for the Magic. The last 15 minutes we've seen 3 goals scored, and it's been end-to-end stuff since kickoff. We're getting the entertaining one here at Kingston Heath, that's for sure. See Yidius with a massive long header. Stand over to Sajorski. Nua trying to keep it in. Found a wall in Nakamura. And Holmes finds Mika, and they're away again now. Bentleigh through Mitrovic. It's a good chance here for Bentleigh to put a third one on the score sheet. Can't do so. Great defending there from the Magic. And Sammy Nua can find McShane, can he? He can. McShane, what can he do? He's got 2 to defend. He can't get through him. And great defending there from Bentleigh.
Only really had 2 options there. Had no one on, so either take him on or have a shot. In the end, good result either way.
Hit Webster as well in the back end of that one, and it's going to be a corner to Altona. As we're asking for a new ball.
Flat ball there, Tomo. Never a good sign.
New balls, please.
Takes the sting out of the game, that's for sure.
Well, it's good that they've got more than one pumped-up ball, that's for sure. So he crossed the ball in, does Altona. Scott with a save. McShane trying to get on the back end of that one, can't do so. Bentleigh can slowly get themselves out of trouble for the short time. Sajewski. Long ball in. But Ryan Scott will stop the momentum with the Magic. So we're about to tick into the 45th minute. And Clem, we are both off because I believe, if you look at it very, very shortly, there was only 1 minute of added time. I thought it'd be 2 or 3 minutes from my count.
No, I think 1's about right, considering there hasn't been a lot of stoppages. So it has been a pretty free-flowing and attacking game. So the 1 minute, fair enough.
Yidius to Holmes, and I think Bentleigh would love to get one more goal before halftime.
Not that I was trying to shut you down, though.
Tried your best, but failed as always. But that's okay. Yidius. Speaking of shutting down.
The lesson is never try.
Speaking of shutting down, I think Bentleigh is trying to do that now in the latter part of this first half with Altona. Holmes. But I think they'll be content with a 2-1 lead, and that's what they're going to head into the sheds with, Clem. 2-1. Quick summary of that first half before we take a short break.
Very free-flowing, attacking, end-to-end sort of stuff. Barely any stoppages. Had the 2 bookings for Altona, and it got pretty heated as they went down before, and unfortunately weren't able to recover after that second goal. Thurtell's got the brace here if you've just joined us, and that second goal was on the platter for him. That was brilliant by Nakamura to just set him up, and as we go into half-time, it's Bentleigh 2, Altona Magic won, and as we said, we're speaking about Goran Lozanovsky's men and how good they've been this season. It's a good story, and all to do in the second half, but you don't count them out. This is a good time to just psychologically prepare and potentially come back.
As we see, Loza walking now off the field, and his counterpart is as well, so his counterpart will be pretty more happier than Loza, that's for sure. But as we take a short break here from Kicks and Heath, we're going to try and get ourselves nice and warm, reset, and bring you the second half and talk about some stuff for the halftime show as well. But at Kicks and Heath, it is Bentley 2, Altona 1 here on NPL Victoria. Thank you for watching. Welcome back to Kingston Heath as both sides come back out of the tunnels after a very entertaining first half, 2-1 here at Kingston Heath. My expert tonight is Inside Sport and NPL Victoria's own Clementino Clem.
Yeah, and Tomo, as we saw the boys come out just then, I just picked up on Webster giving Milanovic a bit of a bump out there. Edison laughs, but we don't want to be getting on Milanovic's bad side, but a really good first half as we saw there, end-to-end stuff, free-flowing, both teams going at each other's throats is what we want to see. It's like a game of FIFA, so I'm pretty excited for this second half and hope it continues.
Who do you think your man of the match is so far in this one if you had to pick now?
It's a pretty boring one, but I'll probably go with Thurtle in the end. What about yourself?
I think Thurtell's been good. Yeah, I'll probably put Thurtell as down, but maybe Sammy Nua for Altona. He's been solid. He helped set up the first goal. 2 Bentleys were underway here for the second half. And then you'd say this, the battle of the coaches, battle of the sidelines, Clemens, we always like to have a look at too. You'd say that at the moment, John Gabrielson from Bentley's winning that one over Gordon Lozanovsky.
Yeah, 100%. That Lozanovsky's we've spoken about so much in the first half. He can be very proud of the way his team's gone this season, but still a game to save here. It's not over yet.
As free kick early on this one goes to Altona. It's going to go to Jolla.
He's hurt as well from that one too, Tomo, as the stretcher's going to come on. Or not so much the stretcher, but the actual trainer.
This is where the trainers / physios work very, very hard here, Clem. They work hard for their money.
Yeah, that's for sure. As Jolla looking worse for wear at the moment. And, there's no real sting in the start of the second half, but as we see him get treatment, but I mean, should probably get him off the ground if he's hurt.
I think his shoulder there too that he fell on.
As Webster just trying to, it was Alexander trying to just rally the troops a little bit there.
As we get a quick break in play too here, Clem. Might as well have a quick look at the other matches. Super Saturday tomorrow. 4 games for your viewing pleasure. As Ruffins about to take the free kick. Avenel, Hume City, Pascavale, Green Gully, Port Melbourne, Dandenong Thunder, and then Oakley, Danny City. Interesting few games. 4 of them tomorrow on Facebook and YouTube. As Bentleigh and the fight goes up.
Offside.
Jump in as always there, Clem, for offsides if you want to.
You were doing it to me in the last couple of games were called, so I've got to get it back at you for it.
You got to get me back in some capacity. But yeah, Super Saturday tomorrow is going to be really, really good. Probably got my keen eye more so on Oakley versus Dandy City. Dandy City trying to officially put to bed as we see a bit of a disagreement there with Altona. I think the offside is the one thing they're questioning the referee about. You've got 4 of them in the official's face. But as the old saying goes, Clem, you can't go against the referee's decision. The referee's decision is ultimately final.
Yeah, it's just like arguing with your teacher or arguing with a police officer. It's just no real pointless exercise, as we like to say, and just play on and get on with the game.
And that's what Altona are going to have to do. You'll be very careful too, because they're 2-1 down too. They've got 2 players on cards, and the last thing they need is to A, lose a player, and B, lose an opportunity for possession, because they might lose a chance to equalise in this one.
And as you mentioned before, it is Stoichevsky and Mitchinson on yellow cards.
Quick one there for Mika. I've also been told as well that Milanovic has actually been yellow carded as well. I think for backchaining the official too. So that's now 3 yellow cards for Altona. Huge thank you to our cameraman for that. Durham does a great job as always.
He's lent me a glove as well.
He's a legend, our cameraman, and we thank him immensely for trying to keep us warm as always on a very cold and brisk night. I mean, he's all rugged up himself. Always love the banter with the cameraman and the commentators as always. Seeing a bit of low on proceedings for the short time, but it looks like Bentleigh trying to get themselves out of trouble, can't do so. Ball sticking with Altona. It's Mitchinson. What can they do now? Bentleigh to got the ball on the turnover. This could be a chance here. Mitrovic left it. Did well there too. Leave it for Alexander, who passes over to Mika. Back over to Alexander. And again, just more hospital passing here from Bentley, and they're going to reset through Lilich. He couldn't find anyone there, and that ball's going to roll all the way out. Not so much a goal kick, but it's going to be a very, very deep throw in for Altona. It'll be Boahini to bring the ball back in. So we hit the 48th minute. This one, it's 2-1. The only game to start match week 21 in the NPL Victoria competition. There's another game currently in the NPL 2 East, which will give you the scores very, very shortly of, which is Richmond versus Nuttawatting. Bentley looking to quickly compose themselves. And again, Clem, they're going to go with a bit of passing back, and they're going to try and reset and see what they can do here.
Nice little party trick there from Lilich, just the cheeky back heel. We see an attack here for Bentley. It's an opportunity.
Chance here for Bentley's gone begging. No, it hasn't. Third towel. Finds Mitrovic. Nakamura's there too. Here's Mika. Ball staying within 18 yards for Bentley. It's outside the box, and Altona again can clear. And that's what they've done. And last touch going over, courtesy of Yankovic. Didn't agree with it. But the referees said that Yankovic was the last touch there with the header.
Just to translate what Webster was saying in without the profanities, I think that was a Bentley player. I think that's what he was saying, without the profanities.
As I said, we hear a lot of stuff from the players from where we are, the vantage point. However, most of the time we can't repeat, unfortunately, what they say. It's going to be a long ball in. Would a chance here for Altona. But a counter-attack there from Bentley, and it's going to be Milanovic again mopping it up for Altona. And I'll try and hopefully break. There'll be Bentley. We're seeing more of a midfield battle in the first sort of 5 minutes here, Clem. It's strung, less attacking than, say, the first 5 minutes of this game.
I think the coaches, it's probably the coach's effect there, just taking the sting out a little bit and just ironing out those patches as both teams were right at each other's throats from the start in the first half.
It'll be Jacob Alexander to bring the ball back in. That's a great long throw there from Alexander over the third towel. He finds Illich. Webster.
The scoreboard's out, Tomo. Oh, now it's back on.
Don't say that. I was going to say 50 minutes and the scoreboard's gone. Thankfully, the electricity's still on, which is good.
Pretty important thing, electricity.
Absolutely, it is.
And a lot of people are nodding in agreement. I'm glad that people agree.
Hopefully you're enjoying our coverage tonight here at Kingston Heath. Possession with Altona. No, long range. He's going to have to do a lot better there, Clem. Very venturous there from 25 yards with Sammy Noah, but again, over the crossbar, and Ryan Scott can just see that one sail over.
Yeah, so worth a pop there from Noah, and he's been good in the first half, but Ryan Scott, all time in the world, just watched that fly over his crossbar.
You'd be asking for a few plays for Altona, especially to stand up in the second half. As Kuzinski is actually the player who's come on for Altona as well, I've just noticed too, number 7. And I think that means that McShane's gone off. Yes, he has. So that's one that we've picked up. Nakamura, great save there from Vita Kangas. Blocked himself from Nakamura, but Yeah, that's just popped up on our radar, Clem, that McShane's gone off, because I said that he would have been a vital cog in that second half, but he was limping from time to time in that latter part of that first half.
Yeah, you spot on, Tomo, and probably perhaps a change Lozanowski saw he needed to make, and they finished that second half with I suppose they looked pretty angry out there, and perhaps a change that was needed.
And good chance for Kaczynski to hopefully put an attacking prowess to his game. He's been sold this season. There is Kaczynski, and the player he dropped down there was Marko Jankovic, and a free kick to Bentleigh.
The Altona fans not happy with that decision there. As Altona look to just weather this storm now, Tomo, as Thurtell charging forward again and looking obviously for a hattie.
He would love to have a hat-trick to his name, that's for sure. And Holmes, chance here. Oh, not bad. Not a bad stab there from Tyson Holmes at Vidakangas. Butterfingers and all. Saved that ball. Was trying to hold on to it. Couldn't do so. And it'd be a bit dewy out there, especially with the rain that we've had over the last few hours too. And couldn't keep holding the ball. And Jacob Alexander, well, he was curling those corners in the first half. We'll see what he can do in the second half with those corners. But chance here for Bentleigh to put a third on the score sheet.
Tyson Holmes is having a couple of shots for fun in this game on the way out. And again, Vidakangas forced to put over his bar.
Vidakangas, a bit too high for him.
Just evaded him as well.
And Altona can break here. And they do. That was Borahini. Lost the ball, but Altona retained possession. And here's Jola. Cross in here for Altona, can't do so. And again, Tyson Holmes has run back to his line and has mopped up for Bentleigh, and they're away again here, Clem. 54 minutes in, they're still leading 2-1.
Yeah, it's virtually say the S word later in the scenes, and has been certainly a scenes-esque first half, but so far just, again, there's been a few chances towards Bentleigh, and as Altona go forward here with an opportunity.
It's through Borahini. He's got to get through the latter part of these two defenders here for Bentleigh. He's going to try to get through Alexander. Great challenge there from Jacob Alexander. And he read that play very well, and he can go for a bit of a run here. Borahini not too happy, rough in with the last touch. But Bentleigh retaining possession in a throw-in. But great stuff there from Jacob Alexander against Borahini. Great duel in there.
You get a rush, as a defender, you get a rush of endorphins with those type of tackles. Perfectly timed. Just got the ball, ran with it. That was beautiful stuff by Alexander.
Speaking of which, Alexander's going to throw the ball in. That's a very long throw over to Mika. Sorry, it was over to Mitrovic. There's Mika. You've got two similar hairstyles tonight, Dimitrovic and Mika, so it's very hard to decipher them. Mika going with a bit of curls tonight. Mitrovic almost the same as well.
Thurtell's going for the home and away look.
Oh, I love the pop culture references as always. He's on the call. Still looking forward to Super Saturday tomorrow, Clem, and I think both of us will be definitely looking at a few games in particular. Which game has caught your eye for tomorrow at least?
Pretty excited to see Oakley against Dandy City. As you mentioned before, Oakley they've been pretty good so far, and it'll be pretty interesting to see how that game goes, as well as Kingston Heidelberg and Heidelberg pinch one. Oh, well, that's on Monday. Well, silly me. Well, Port Melbourne Dandy as well. That's another big one that I'm also looking forward to. So, a couple of big games. But out of all of them, Oakley Dandy City is probably the one I'm looking forward to the most. Jack Edwards. CT's done a brilliant job there as well.
Absolutely fantastic stuff from CT. Last 8 wins for the Oakley Cannons in the season. They've put them back into finals contention after they were fighting off relegation at the halfway point of the season. We also can't forget, too, the all-important Melbourne derby between the Hellers and the Knights.
Yeah, it's A classic one we saw an absolute classic a couple of weeks ago where Hamish Watson absolutely dominated. So that's always one we always look forward to, and it's quite feisty in the stands. Both fans very, very animated as well, and they simply just hate each other. So that's what we like to see. It's what football's about. So I'm pretty pumped for that one.
So get back to the coverage, and it will be Bentley with possession of the ball. Crossing it, was trying in there, was Yidius, couldn't do so. And away they can get again, can Altona. Looking like they were a little bit more under pressure than they should have been. Had a bit of space to contend with, but they'll win themselves a throw-in and advance to midfield in the throw-in. As they're climbing into the business end of the season, now we've got 5 more weeks left, and a lot's changed over the last 2 months or so, ladder position-wise. We see Illich over to Alexander. As I said, Heidelberg will have a keen eye on this one. They play on Monday night, but they'll definitely be scouring their opponents for next Friday night here at Kingston Heath, and that is Bentleigh. And what should almost be a dress rehearsal for the finals between those two. I wouldn't be surprised if those two tangle in the middle of October on grand final day too. Yeah, and I'm loving how even the competition is at the moment as well, Tomo, and it's so unpredictable, as you said before, and this game's becoming unpredictable itself, so I still think Altona can get something out of this game, Tomo. And look at Altona. And Goran Lozanovsky has done a tremendous job in the last 3 seasons, taking him from the state league when the FFV decided to announce that there was going to be automatic promotion into the NPL 2 for any state league teams. Altona came first and automatically were promoted into the NPL 2 West competition, and then again they were the best team in the NPL 2 West last year, and it can change like that. Luck of a dime there for teams. And I think Altona are living proof of that, as we see Alexander couldn't get through the wall there. Barahini and Guy's got it now, and Hassan Jola is going to pass it over now to Kaczynski. Kaczynski trying to keep the ball in. Can't do so. Bentleigh, great defending. Almost giving away a corner there. Couldn't do so. They did not. And Gasparis, who is the goal scorer for Altona in the first half, keeps possession of this ball and is going to head back now over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski, last touch there, came over Bentleigh, but did not trouble Ryan Scott in the slightest as we elapsed 60 minutes. An hour gone here, and that was a real chance for Altona, and Bohemi was there running for it, and Noor could have also gotten the end of it, but to no avail. It was great defending there, as Webster could have easily let it go out for a corner, but cleared it. As you see Troy Ruffin for Altona, captain, former Bentley Green himself, so he knows this pitch very well. Oh, good block there from Hassan Jola. Can he finish it off? No, he can't. Bit too high on the kick there, and you can see the devastation on his face there, Clem, because he knew straight away that he had a golden opportunity to equalise for the Magic. That was a golden opportunity as well. And I think Bentley would have felt a little bit hard done by, because it looked like as if that was off the arm. He controlled that with the arm before he had the final shot, but in the end it went sailing over. But a chance goes a begging, and you just have to wonder how many opportunities they'll get for the rest of the game. And you got to think at time to time as well, if the wind's going to play havoc in this last 30 minutes of this contest too for Altona. They've got the wind blowing in their direction, as we're slowly waiting for new ball. It's the third ball, Clem, that they were using tonight. Yeah, it's I thought it was a sub being made, but obviously not. It was another new ball. No, you're right. There was a sub being made. It was just one ball being substituted for another ball. Oh, God. Get out of town, son. Get out of town. Jola trying to juggle himself out of there. Last touch was Bentley, but it was a free kick being called. Bentley not too happy with that decision. It'll be Sojojski, and no, sorry, it will be Milanovic right in front of us. Small shove off there from Boahini. The linesman was in good spot there, saw the small shove. And Bentley, luckily enough for them, have won themselves a free kick, and it'll be taken by Ryan Scott. Good news, though, for both teams, Glenn, that they've broken their scoreless hoodoo. Both sides went scoreless last week. Bentley against Oakley and Altona against, I think it was Hume.
Yeah, and as you said, both clubs haven't played, well, sorry, as I was saying before, Bentley haven't played too well recently of late, so I thought they'd come back tonight, and they're holding up their end of the bargain in terms of my prediction, so I said 2-0, but I still said Bentley would win, so hopefully, for the sake of my prediction, they get up.
Still 2-1, but you're close enough anyway. Got the 2 goals right. But knowing Bentley, knowing Thurtell would like to get a hat-trick. Bentley would like to get a 2-goal buffer so they feel a little bit more comfortable. And hopefully in the next 5 to 10 minutes, try and sew this game up so that they can potentially play a hospital game and then just prepare for Heidelberg next week. Long throw from Alexander, trying to find the head of Thurtell. Milanovic got out of trouble there, and so if Altona for the short time. Fortunately for Kaczynski, couldn't keep his foot in there. And again, I said about 5 minutes ago, Glenn, it's probably a bit dewy out there, so a few players are going to start slipping and sliding on the field.
Yeah, spot on, Tomo, and it was raining a little bit earlier today, and it's been a pretty rainy week, so the pitch has seen better days, but it's very windy. The boys are playing quite well at the moment. I just feel for the Linos who got the short sleeves on this cold.
Chance here now for Mika. A great defending there from Milanovic. Here's Jola. Trying to find Kaczynski, couldn't do so. And again, Yankovic got on the back end of that one, and Kaczynski's asking for a bit more relief, a bit more support. Didn't get it there. Again, 2-on-1, and Bentley winning that battle. It's with the 65th minute, still 2-1. As Clem alluded to as well, it's been raining on and off all week, so the pitch will be very soft out there tonight. I know I heard reports that apparently the pitch was really soft on the other side for the under-20s earlier tonight as well, Clem.
Yeah, as you saw before, as we got a glimpse of it, it did look very dewy when we were walking past, but it looked like a good game as well as we were preparing. As we see here, Greens, as we're saying, that got that composure to just play this ball out of the back.
And again, it's Bentley keeping possession for the short time, and it was Mika who won that battle with Mitchinson. Mitchinson last touch. There'll be a throw in to Bentley. It's good at least the rain has stayed away for this game. I was expecting it to be a very wet and wild affair. Not so. As you see Jola trying to get through Alexander. Jola goes down and a free kick going to the Magic. And that's incited the Greens fans a little bit, not too happy with the decision. So the referee thinking a card here for Alexander. No, he's not. Just a small warning. But a chance now for Altona to cross it into the box and equalise here, Clem.
As we've been talking about Bentley's composure, Altona have had probably the better chances in this half. So chance to really, I suppose, get it in there and get a goal.
It'll be Troy Ruffin, the captain. He's 6 goals for him this season. As I said, Altona they're not too quiet when it comes to people who can get on the score sheet. They've got a raft of players who can do so. See that ball crossed in. Chance here? No.
Altona asking for a corner, but they're not going to get it, Tomo.
They're not indeed. It's still 2-1. As you said, Clem, it's Altona that's had a lot of chances in the second half. This is about their polish now. If they can polish off those free kicks, they can polish off those last touches, they could try and definitely equalise this one.
Yeah, there's a fans starting to really get into it at the moment. The referee's copying it big time here.
Wow.
Sub being readied for Altona as well.
This will be the second sub.
It does look like Trufanov is going to come on, Tomo. And it does look like it's going to be Gasparis that's going to make way.
Gasparis has done his game tonight. He scored a goal, scored a crucial equaliser in the 37th minute for Altona.
You're right, Tomo. It's a Lozanovsky just trying ideas at the moment out to see if they can get his team back into the game. As they turn it over here, Tomo as Nua with a counter attack. It was just a little bit too far in the end for Jola.
So Loza trying to keep his men fresh. He's got one more substitution. Bentley haven't used any of their subs yet. So John Gabrielson is keeping his cards close to his chest, as the old saying goes, Clem. With his 3 subs. You see Jola trying to use his silky footing. Oh, good stuff there from Jola. Unfortunately found a wall of greens, but Sammy Nua knew exactly where to stand in that possession. And again, nothing but greens. And I think the Magic players are starting to get a little bit frustrated out there too.
And Jola's work there deserved to find a man, but unfortunately didn't on that occasion, sadly.
Silky footwork there from Jola. Made a meal of 3 of the defenders from Bentley.
Yeah, it's for sure. It's a little, now you see him, now you don't sort of thing.
Long ball from Webster. Finds Mika. Mika can't keep possession. It's going to go away now. It's going to be in the possession of Trufanov, who's just come on for Gasparis. Can Altona keep possession? They can't. Not sure if there's any interference there on Sammy Nua's run. Referee saying play on. And it's going to be Alexander with a long ball of Thurtell. Thurtell keeps possession, keeps his footing. He's going to lob that ball over. He tried to find Mika, couldn't do so. Thurtell's going to try and get his own ball. He does. Great stuff from Matt Thurtell. Again, trying to find a last-ditch effort to find a greens play. Couldn't do so. Tyson Holmes, he did have a shot earlier. Can he get another chance? He cannot do so. Bentley, can they keep possession? They cannot. And Altona are away. Pull of the jumper there on Almazi. And the referee saw the pull of the jumper, and the yellow card has gone up. And Clem's going to tell me exactly who that is from Bentley who's caught that card there.
It did look like it was Alexander, but I just have to confirm that with you, Tomo. Just have to confirm that one.
But pulling of the jumper there of Almazi. Almazi with a bit more. And again, what we've seen from Altona in the first half, just a bit of a professional foul from Bentley there.
Yeah, he's spot on, Tomo, and Bentley just riding the waves a little bit here, and you know they can not having any real shots in anger at the moment with the chances they're creating.
Mitrovic, which is a long ball, he's like, I'm getting that ball out of there as quickly as possible. Finds Holmes. Holmes finds Idias. Idias trying to find Mika. And Bentley will get the ball back. A good defending there from the captain, Troy Ruffin. And I know it's Troy Ruffin for one reason, because he's the only Altona player. Granted, he's the only player who's not a goalkeeper out there with gloves on.
Yeah, I never understood the short sleeve glove look, as I said in the first half, but he's had a good game so far, Troy, so hopefully he can keep going.
Still 2-1. Bentley with a slender lead over Altona. Altona not out of this by any means. They've still got at least 18 minutes plus another 2 or 3 minutes of added time. Did have commentators curse about the added time, so Clem, because I did say 2 to 3 minutes in the first half. We only got 1. Who knows? We might even get 1 minute in the second half. We don't know that for sure. We might even get 6.
God, turn it out, Tomo. Absolutely turn it up, son.
As you see Altona win possession back. Clem's all spot on with the time. Time's added more than I am. I 97% get him wrong, 3% get him right.
Yeah, you're spot on. You're spot on that occasion.
Clem's about probably a 70-30 with how much time is added on to games that we call normally.
I'll give you my prediction about the 87th minute, I reckon.
All right, I'll hold you to it. You've got 14 minutes roughly. Start calculating numbers in your head and come back to me with a number. I will say so, Clem, it'll be a number between 1 and 7. That's for sure.
Oh, well, not if a play goes down for ages now. I don't know you said that. We don't hope that happens, though, by the way.
Absolutely not. We see Bentley with a corner chance here. Another chance here for Bentley. And I thought it was Maker's goal, but great defending there from the Magic.
And it was Mika that almost got in the end of that, and he was claiming something. I'm not sure what he was claiming, but Bentley very nearly getting that 2-goal buffer they so desperately need now.
Unfortunately for Bentley, we don't have the goal line technology, but you did see 3 hands go up going that was in, or that did go over the line. What do you think there, Clem?
It looks like Daniel Steins is coming on for Bentley Greens. Off comes Nakamura. And this is the first change of the night for Bentley, of course, Tomo. As Bohemi will bring this one back on, as referee will restart play.
Bit of a fan favourite is Daniel Stein. Scored a brace in his first game as a senior against Melbourne Knights a few weeks back, where they won 4-0 too. Under 20s product of the Bentley Greens, Daniel Steins, number 25.
A rapturous applause as well from the Greens diehards as he came on.
As he's well loved here down at Kingston Heath as the ball's with Kaczynski. Now over to Jola. Jola keeps possession. Finds Boahini. Boahini spinning, twirling, trying to find some space. Got a bit of space. Alexander lurking on his shadow there. And the ball was a bit too much in the end for Mitchinson. Ball's coming back in the box. Green's appealing for a handball. Not going to do so. Chance now for Trufanov. And Bentley again will get out of dodge, and they can through Thurtell. And Thurtell just puts into a little bit of space and can give Bentley a bit of time to set up here. And it's a bit cluttered now from where we're saying, Clem. A lot of bodies in the back third of the Magic. Sorry, the back third of the Greens, the front third of the Magic.
Yeah, and we saw there's desperate scrambling there, and we saw Thurtell just trying to improvise and make something out of nothing in the end. It was a bit of a, I suppose, a hopeful attempt to sort of get it up forward as Magic came back and amounted to nothing, courtesy of Webster for Greens.
Long ball there from Webster. Could not find Thurtell. Milanovic's territory, that's where the ball was, which is good. He's been good. He's been good tonight for Altona. As they keep possession, and they do so through Jola. He's finding some stuff out of nothing, and that's a foul there. And I think the referee was trying to see if there was a bit of advantage. Couldn't do so. Kaczynski goes down, and a card has been shown.
Yeah, booking every day of the week for me. And Alexander, he's not there. He's potentially in there to set up an opportunity. So I think that's a fair yellow card for me, Tomo.
Disappointing stuff for Alexander. I agree there, Clem, though. It was probably a booking every day of the week, that's for sure. And now suddenly roughing for Altona.
I wonder if Milanovic can get on the end of this.
Just trying to find the man with the tattoos and the bald head and see if he can kick it with his heads. You've got an excess of about 8 players in the box for the Magic. That was blocked off. Oh, could have been. What could have been there for the Magic? They keep possession. They lose possession. And they gain possession again. And they're about to lose possession. And they're going to keep possession. And they've kept possession. What can they do with this possession? I could try and produce something out of nothing, as Clem would love to say. And they've lost possession, and they've lost the ball, and the momentum has gone back to the Greens. And here's Daniel Steins, who was spoken about at Brace against Melbourne Knights a few weeks back. Under 20s product. He is a fantastic player to watch. Milanovic goes down. Steins goes down. Referee wastes play on. Noor. Kaczynski. Noor. Still with Sammy Noor. Can be electric if he needs to be. Long ball. Stay with Magic. The Magic keep possession of the ball through Ruffin. Ruffin over to Szajewski. To Jola. So we hit the 79th minute, and Altona can still keep possession.
Yeah, it's really, really heating up now, Tomo, here in the crowd as well as on the pitch there. As Milanovic went down, and Bentley fans weren't too happy with that. Thought it was rather theatrics in the end, but as we see here, potentially an opportunity for Altona, and it looks like they're really knocking on the door, but as we've said that in the first half, Bentley have come back at them, and they have in this half already.
Kaczynski, Szajewski. And nothing avail of that kick there. And again, very disappointing from Altona.
Positive signs it is a corner though, so it's an opportunity to come back here.
Last touch from the Bentley Greens, my mistake there, and I think Altona are about to set up for their last, maybe their last, if not it could be Bentley, but neither actually, I think. So I just see numbers line up there, and a good chance there for Kaczynski. And Bentley can get it out for the short term.
What a save by Scott there, and denied the new boy who came on the field in this half, and wow. Geez, that could have been an absolute ecstatic goal there, but unfortunately for him, Scott was there to keep it out.
And Altona, you're starting to think now, Clan, that time is the essence for the Magic. Time is the friend of Bentley, because we've got 10 minutes of normal time left. Bentley still have a 2-1 lead. Altona have been attacking in this last 5 minutes of this contest. I think Bentley are just waiting for Altona to make at least one more mistake and then counter-attack with an opportunity to go in for a third goal. As the whistle gets called, I think we're about to see the third and final substitution here for Altona.
Yeah, just waiting to see who comes on, Tomo. And there will be Trazanovsky will come on with Sochevsky, who was on a yellow card, to make way. And there's an interesting change as well. Defender coming off. As Bentley about to restart play here, Tomo, through Webster. Content to take his time with this one. Just 9 minutes left here. If you've just joined us, it is Bentley Greens 2, Altona Magic 1. It's a third tell brace. It's given Bentley the lead so far.
And no goal scored after we saw 3 in the first. So the tempo has dramatically slowing down after probably a good 60, 65 minutes of end-to-end attacking stuff from both sides of this game. You would say out of the 82 minutes that we've seen elapse now here, Clem.
Yeah, you're spot on, Tomo, and as we see here, it's just neither team can really find a breakthrough. Both teams have had good opportunities in this half, but nothing's really amounted from it.
Altona will pick up the ball through a free kick. And you're going to go with the short. We're going to go with a short pass. There was Trifunov there. Ball staying with Altona for the short turn to Jola. And they've lost possession again. Green's play goes down. I believe it's Mika. It is Mika gone down. Mika gets himself back up. And Bentleigh now can take a few deep breaths and resets through the free kick.
Yes, and CEO of the FFV just watching on intently here. Peter Philopoulos as Webster restarts play.
Sammy Noah. Back over to Boahini. To Trifunov. Back over to Noah. Seeing these three combine. Kaczynski trying on the head of that one. Couldn't do so. Jankovic did instead. Jankovic found the feet of Noah. But a great challenge there from Jankovic. Sees Holmes. Pass over to Thurtell. Thurtell's back. Hill felt that more so than what he wanted. And that was disappointing from Thurtell because his feet got in the way. But there's a chance now to press, and they can do so. Chance here!
And that was to Ciaris. And what an opportunity there, galloping at the defenders. And then he had Thurtell in the end and just didn't use him. And in the end, he probably could have got to him, but fair play to him for having a go.
And quickly, and a bit of a blunder there from Vita Kiggins because it went back to Bentleigh and Thurtell with a shot of his own. So 2 quick-fire shots as we hit 84 minutes. And looks like that Bentleigh are trying to capitalise on mistakes made from Altona in the last couple of minutes here, Clem.
Yep, and that was a real opportunity. Went a begging, which sets up a grandstand finish. You just don't count Altona out just yet. It'll be a real psychological, I suppose, knock if they can get an equaliser so late here. Bentleigh will be kicking themselves if that does happen.
And Bentleigh are frustrated for the fact that the referee believes the last touch came from the Greens because Altona have gone to throw him back in. Greens play goes down. Referee says play on. Ball sticking with Jola. Jola just can't get through the last of the defenders. And again, it's that 2-on-1 psychology of the Greens in the back third. And it's been their MO almost all night as well to try and keep Altona from equalising. And they're going to try yet again through Sammy Noah. He's been fantastic tonight, lightning feet. Well, Conte's cursed there, Clem, because he fell off. He dropped to the ground, unfortunately, for Sammy. Long ball goes up. And Altona retain. Mitchinson, ball goes out, stays with Altona. Mitchinson will throw the ball back in. Bentleigh trying to set up his own. Try and block Altona from getting it near the 18-yard box. And that's where it's going. It'll be Ryan Scott to mop up.
5 minutes left here. Michael, all to play for. Grandstand finish here as Alexander waltzes out of defence.
He tries to find Mitrovic, can't do so. Ruffin cuts that ball off. Finds the header of Alexander, who then sees the Magic pick it up through Boahini. And they need to do now, Altona. Kaczynski. Chance here now for Noah.
Just wide there. There goes a begging.
And you can see cramps He's stretched himself out here, Sammy Noah. It's his third shot for the night. Just unfortunately hasn't found the ball in the back of the net as we see Bentley make their second substitution.
It looks like Mika to make way here. There's looks like George Lambatteridis has come on. Oh, sorry, it was Matt Crooks that actually came on. My mistake there. My apologies. It was Matt Crooks that came on for Josh Mika. They'll tell with the opportunity here, and the defenders have to be clean, and they are. Let's clear it out here. Free kick, Altona. Bentleigh Greens fans protest, but referee's not going to have a bar of it.
I was going to say, Clem, you were right the first time. I think the fan got it wrong, actually. It wasn't Crooks who came on. It was actually Lambatteridis.
So I was right in the end.
You were right in the end.
Well, should back myself then.
Never trust the fans, that's for sure, when they come to these substitutions.
No, the elitism on the guy.
Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it wrong. On that instance, they got it wrong. Let's see. Altona trying to mop up possession. Bentley mopping up possession more so than Altona. Illich, and here is Lambatteridis.
And not Crook.
You're right, Clem, not Crook at all.
Well, I'm kind of Crook, as you know.
You are. You've battled well in the last 89 minutes of this game, that's for sure.
Time for me, my added time prediction. I'm going to go 3.
3 minutes. You heard that right here on the telecast.
It's a prediction.
It's not a sport, it's a prediction, according to my expert tonight in Clementino. We're still going to wait on what the fourth official believes is the sufficient amount of time that we're going to continue playing on. And Bentley still commanding a 2-1 lead. Altona have been pressing hard in the last 15 minutes. If they need to go now, they have to go now and hopefully get an equaliser. If they can get an equaliser, potentially it could be scenes at Kingston Heath if that goes into the back end and there for the Magic. Ball goes up for Trufanov. He's been good tonight since coming on the bench. Here's now Sammy Noah. Keeps it with him. Ricochets off a Greens player. And Bentley again can get it out of dodge. Third towel. Well, he's already winning the man of the match. He got through Almazi there quite convincingly. He's got a brace to his name. Not so much a hat-trick at the moment. As we're about to see the board go very, very shortly, Clem, we'll see if your prediction is right. We've hit 90 minutes.
Moment of truth.
Absolutely, moment of truth. Still waiting for the fourth official to put the board up. We don't even know how long's left.
Still waiting.
Still waiting. Fourth official's got the board up now. He's waiting for the right time to let us know how many minutes of added time there is. Chance here now for Jola. And he lost possession there, and Bentley composed himself brilliantly. And they're away. Bentley cannot retain possession, and a throw-in for the Magic. Another chance here for Altona to strike while the iron is hot.
Still no sign of that added time ball. It's almost been a minute played.
And that's it.
It's over.
And Bentley win. We were not expecting that.
Scenes here.
Absolute scenes. 2-1. Bentley with the 3 points. And I think a few people were a bit shocked that the board didn't go up. They had no idea how long was up. Whether you like it or not, Bentley will leave Kingston Heath with the 3 points, and their 2-match losing streak comes to an end. Altona had a great chance, though, Clem, to hopefully put pressure on Oakley. Now Oakley will have a breathing space heading into tomorrow night's game against Dandy City.
Yeah, and Bentley in the end got the chocolates as I predicted before the game. They needed to bounce back. They haven't played well in recent times, and they've gotten over the line tonight, which is wonderful for them. And of course, their boy Thurtell just coming to fruition and really just stamping his mark and got his 13th goal of the season. He played well tonight for me, man of the match.
And you got to say that John Gabrielson wins the battle of the coaches too.
Yep, 100%. Although Lozanovsky, as we see him walk off the field, he looks pretty dejected, but made those substitutions, did everything he could, but he'd be feeling it at the moment, quite rightly so. They played well, and a lot of positives to take out of that for me.
As we quickly looked at the rest of the weekend, Clem, tomorrow night, part of our Super Saturday clash, starts from 2:45 at the Avengers Park, Avondale, Hume City, Pascoe, Green Gully at 6 p.m, Port Melbourne, Dandenong Thunder from 6 p.m, Oakley, Danny from 7:30. Sunday, you got the derby between South Melbourne and the Melbourne Knights from Lakeside Stadium, and then the game you're looking forward to watching, Kingston City versus Heidelberg United from the Grange Reserve, 8:30 p.m. as always on the Monday night.
Yep, and a few gems in that fixture, obviously, and Avondale Hume, as I haven't really spoken about much, is also a big one tomorrow at 2:45. As well as the game I was talking about before, Paco against Green Gully at CB Smith Reserve. That should be an absolute peach of a game. Probably worth watching that rather than the Man U game, to be honest.
Absolutely. Clementine was my expert tonight at Kingston Heath. Remember, you can continue to support and keep watching NPL Victoria on Facebook, facebook.com/NPL Victoria, or on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. Remember, you'll be spoiled for choice for 4 matches on tomorrow's part of Super Saturday right here on Facebook and YouTube. Clementine, thank you so much for your expert analysis.
Thank you, Michael, and let's get out of this absolute atrocious weather.
We will. Remember to follow Football Victoria on Facebook as well at NPL Victoria, Twitter at NPL Victoria, or Instagram at football_Victoria as well for all the details on every other game that's happening over the course of the weekend. But as we sign off here, Clementino, Jeremy, our cameraman, and Michael Thompson, everyone as well, it's 2-1 Bentley Greens with the 3 points here at Kingston Heath.